Hey everyone, this is Cook's War Strategy Gaming, or Cookcast on Twitch. We are going to play some Victoria 3 with the goal of forming Germany as Austria, forming that Gross Deutschland. I hope you enjoy this Let's Play and find it informative and entertaining, but let's go. Welcome everyone, let's fire up this Austrian into Germany game. New game, get started. Alright, pick Austria, we will do Iron Man, apply, press start, and here we go. Let's start off by reforming the government. We're just going to kick out the intelligentsia. We'll keep the Austrian aristocracy and armed forces. That will increase legitimacy for us. Hopefully we can enact laws quicker that way. First law we're going to do is Home Affairs. We want to do National Guard. Next is we'll start getting our diplomacy ready. We are going to improve relations with Bavaria, Saxony, Württemberg, Baden. Russia's already genial towards us, so is France. Great Britain is cooperative. We'll actually improve relations with Great Britain, maybe able to strike up a trade deal. We'll continue with the South German miners and improving relations with them. It leaves us about 200 influence. We'll keep that right there. I'm going to research nationalism as our first research, because we want to form the German nation as Austria. And to do that, we're going to need to control 19 state regions to form Germany. And we need nationalism as a technology to do that. Militarily, we have 35 battalions in reserve. So what we're going to promote Radetzky, and he'll be able to command all those in garrison. Plus, we also have another, I believe, the Danubia front. So why don't we promote Heinrich von Hesse? We'll expand construction to start. We'll also change construction to iron frame buildings. Some of the decrees I'll start with will improve agriculture in Austria. They have 10 wheat fields. We'll also do resources in Bohemia and Styria. They have some mines, iron and lead mines, iron and coal mines in Bohemia. We also built a university expanding on the Bohemian one. Looks like our pops may be overpaying for clothes and furniture and liquor, so maybe we'll focus on those buildings first. So with the extra authority, we can reduce enactment time for the law by minus 25%. We do have expensive government goods, so we may build for paper or trade for paper, tools, or iron. Probably build our own iron mines, as long as they're profitable. Some we can build, some at a profit. Kaiser intervenes on political process. So at the expense of the intelligentsia, we can increase the success chance by 20%. Now, radicals are growing exceedingly fast, mostly due to the discrimination in Austria. We're gaining over 700,000 pops, radicalized. Opposition members put forth demands. More pragmatically inclined members of the intelligentsia, currently opposed to the passing of the National Guard, have offered to change their stance. Were they to be offered certain political concessions, such concessions would not be popular with the armed forces. However, so -3 approval. The happiness of the armed forces is plus 17. So we can afford the -3 hit on the armed forces approval just to get the National Guard passed. Saxe-Weimar wanted a defensive pact, and we honored that. We also have an opportunity to change Bavaria to our customs union. We're going to do that. Let's keep improving relations with the German miners. We'll do Hesse-Kassel. Able to change Saxe-Meiningen to our customs union now too. Also Hesse to our customs union. We're still working on Saxony and some of these other miners. The crisis, the Egyptian crisis with the Ottoman Empire is fired. We're going to stay neutral. We're going to stay out of it. So we unlocked nationalism. So that's one of the requirements to form Germany. We are going to propose an alliance with Württemberg. We have officially become a unification candidate for Germany and may receive support from lesser German countries. Right now we have 3 supporters. We're going to do shell gun as our next research. So National Guard did pass. We've reformed the government again, putting the rural folk in power, giving us 87% legitimacy. We're going to try to enact a dedicated police force, which will give us minus 10% radicals from standard of living decreases, minus 30% state penalties from turmoil, plus 2 max law enforcement institution advancement. Now, we are currently downgrading law enforcement just for the sole reason of increasing our bureaucracy. Right now, we're using up too much bureaucracy. There's other ways I can increase our bureaucracy, maybe in some trade routes, but we're also lowering law enforcement, which will give us an extra 348 bureaucracy. Let's bring Württemberg into our customs union, and they accept. So the atmospheric engine is completed. Through the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. I'm sure we can squeeze a little more out of these contraptions. Let's do 2.5 progress towards water tube boiler technology. We'll also put Baden in our customs union as well. Intensive agriculture is researched. So we're going to gear up for war. I'm going to build some more barracks. And currently, if we made a leadership play, Great Britain would back us. And that will go one step further towards us able to form Germany. So egalitarianism is researched. We also have dedicated police force enacted. So do have a few things to fix before we think about making a play for the unification leader. And that is, we need to expand our bureaucracies. We can build some more government administration. We are also working on decreasing our law enforcement level for now, until we can build up more bureaucracy through research and the such. We are also greatly expanding our military by building a ton of barracks, but we're also going to have to build a lot of military goods too. So we have expensive military goods. So we'll probably have to build some small arms. Now the good news is we can be profitable building arms industries. So we can, in Austria proper, and with a 0.15 thousand predicted earnings per week. So law enforcement did decrease. It doesn't seem to have impacted our radicals that much. Actually, our radicals are starting to flatline a little bit more as we build industries and they're getting their goods needs fulfilled. So Prussia looks like they're making a diplomatic play in South Germany, and I cannot let this happen. I will not let this happen. We are going to intervene. We are already on the side of Baden. We are actually just leaning towards Baden, but we will throw our lot in with them. Let's see how this plays out. Austrian aristocracy demand the promotion of Major General Karl Ludwig von Fickelbont. It is earned. We will mobilize all our generals. We will activate conscripts and get ready for war. We currently have armed forces at plus 16 and very loyal. That gives us the offense and defense patriotic fervor bonus. Unfortunately, our economy is not strong enough without going to war, without raising taxes. So we will go to high taxes. We may even pause building when war breaks out. So we've placed our generals on the front. I've put about 132 battalions plus another 24 on the way on the Silesian front. We got to be careful. We don't want to lose Baden to a quick Prussian blow, so we've thrown 100 more battalions, I think under Radetzky, I think under Hess, to guard the, so a significant force to guard the Baden front, which actually doesn't look like Prussia can reach that front. So we might be able to knock out Hohenzollern. We should be able to get Saxe-Weimar and Schwarzburg in our customs union. Somehow Württemberg has been swayed by the Prussians to join on their side. Those dastardly Württembergers. Actually, Württemberg has now sided with Baden and the Austrians, or leaning towards that way. France may even. Great Britain has sided with Prussia, so things getting really crazy now. So Britain's actually thrown full-on support for Prussia. Hopefully we can get France swayed over to our side as a counter to Great Britain. So things really about to heat up here as we get very close to the final stages. And here we go. And it doesn't look like France has declared neutrality. They want none of it. We are going to pause our building. Switzerland is on our side as well. All right, war has broken out with Prussia in their in their conquest of Baden. Their war goals is Baden, Moravia. And Great Britain is seeking a treaty port out of Venice. So very aggressive by the Prussians in Great Britain. We do have the support of the Swiss and the Papal States, as well as Baden. But it looks like the Austrians are going to be doing most of the heavy lifting here. So forces look pretty even quality-wise right now. 49 to 47 on the offensive front. Prussians have a slight advantage in the defense. Let's watch the South Tyrol front proceed. Looks like Prussians are staying on the defensive. We have our first battle where we outnumber the Prussians. It looks like we're going to win that first battle. So the big X factor here will be to how Great Britain utilizes their forces. Now they have a very large navy, of course, but only another 100 additional battalions, which as far as the numbers go, would only kind of even things out more, although we still have, it looks like they're sending the 105 battalions on their way to the Prussian front, giving them a total of 228, I think, at the end of the day. So let's continue with this. Our first large battle, won. The Brits are present. 30 more battalions on their way, 229 now. Looks like the British sends our offensive attack reeling back, even outnumbered. Not a good sign. All right, let's see how this plays out now. So Austrians back on the offensive. Let's see, we have a slight advantage here, it looks like, against the Prussians. And it looks like we'll be able to defeat them in a battle. So the remainder of this battle will send the Prussians in defeat. They're suffering 4,000 casualties, or dead, to our 3,000. But 17,000 total casualties to our 12,000 in that battle. As we push through, a big bulge here, though, in the front. So another offensive. The Austrians stay on the offensive. Let's see how this battle turns out. Again, Austrians are doing decent against the Prussian armies, which is a very good sign. And the shell gun is unlocked. We're going to go with the Bessemer process next. And we're going to look at our buildings. Now, we're not going to... we have mobile. Let's try importing more artillery from the Russians and the Belgians. We now have 2 fronts have developed in the South Tyrol front, or Silesia front. We've split our forces, but it looks like we're unopposed in the Silesia South Tyrol. Looks like another battle against the British. 2 battles we have fought against them. But we are in control of this war. So unless the British can fight in all fronts, in all places, then other than that, we should be able to win this war. You see the war score is 6-75 in our favor. The war has consolidated to the Pomeranian South Tyrol front. Austrians back on the move. They have consolidated their lines. Battle ensues. But this time the Prussians have managed to dig in, and a piecemeal attack by the Austrians are sent reeling back. Next battle. Oh, seesaw battle, but the Brits seem to have the advantage here. A strong 65 defense, plus 54 from Army defense. Hugo. However you pronounce it, he's tough on the defense. And so it looks like the Prussians and Brits have really dug in and have stalled the Austrian advance, although the Prussians may force a peace deal because of the high attrition and death rates, this has been a costly war for the Prussians. Still can't seem to beat the British. So the Prussians capitulate, but the British take over the war lead. They still want the port of Venice, which, yeah, over our dead body. Current value, though, of war support. So Baden is refusing this kind of peace deal, and the British would accept the current peace deal. Let's see if they capitulate. They are soon to capitulate. Currently, there are no fronts, so we should expect maybe the British to maybe land in Italy or around Venice. Our Navy is no match to the British Navy, of course. An eruption of unprecedented records has utterly destroyed the lives of many Dutch East Indies in the state of West Java. The explosion of the Krakatoa could be heard from hundreds of miles away, and anything that had the ill fate of surrounding the island was immediately devastated. We shall help. Fortunately, we cannot help. There are several diplomatic plays going on right now. Prussia, undaunted in their defeat, are going after Württemberg now, with France maybe more likely to side. It looks like we have a Polish independence play, or a Krakowan peasant revolt happening in Krakow, which we should easily be thwarted. Thanks for watching episode 1. Come back to see if Austria is victorious during these Prussian wars. Links to the Twitch and Discord in the description and other social medias. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.